Spitfire Graphics, where your dreams come to life. Hey, what's up guys, it's Spitfire from Spitfire Graphics. I'm here today to start part 1 of a 6-part series, and it's called the 5 Key Concepts of Graphics. I hope you guys are ready. If you got your copy of Photoshop up in front of you, we're going to start today off with depth, and then we're going to move into flow, lighting, colors, and effects. The 6th part of the series is going to be incorporating all 5 of these concepts into one final project that I will host and present on my website for everyone to see. So I hope you guys stick around and email me your final product. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are. We're talking about depth today. As you can see, I've chosen a focal and put it inside a canvas. Kind of work I'm going to be showing you guys how to do are called tags, which are most people use in their signatures on forms on the web. I think it's a good place to start out with graphics and learn your concepts, so that's where I'm going to teach you guys. Picking a focal and things like that, I'll put in part 6 of this series when we talk about combining everything together. But right now we're going to talk about depth, so let's open another image. Give you a good idea of what depth really is. This is going to be taking it to an extreme. Let's look at this photo here. In this region, everything kind of appears to be in the same place. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a copy of this image. And I'm going to come up here to filter and blur and Gaussian blur, just to give you a really clear indication of what depth is. Everything's really blurry right now. Take a soft brush. And don't worry about what I'm doing right now. This is just to show you what depth is, and I will go over what I'm doing and tips how to do depth in this video, so don't worry about it. And now, as you can see, the girl clearly stands out from the background. It's kind of the concept of depth. Depth is all about things in a further distance are going to be more blurry and hard to see, and things closer to you are going to be more blurry and hard to see. And what you're really focusing on is what's going to be steady and easy to see. This really takes it to an extreme, though. At 4 points on this. Let's go back to our tag here. Of course, we have our lovely lady here. Let's go into ways of creating depth. The one I just did is if you come over here, and we're going to duplicate this layer. Doesn't matter what you call it whatever you want. Go to Filters and Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now, 4 pixels is really extreme. Take it down to 1 pixel. This is what I would call the beginner way to get depth. I'm going to cover beginner, intermediate, and advanced in all 5 of these categories and how to achieve them in Photoshop. That way new users have a way to understand the concept. People who have been using Photoshop for a little while can get in there and really do something a little bit more advanced than what people who don't know much about the program. And then advanced users can really come in and look at this and go, okay, I can take my graphic to a whole new place with this. So let's start. We've blurred this on the new layer. Make sure your new layer is selected. Just come in with a soft round brush. Just turn your hardness down. If you want, you can play with opacity just a little bit so you don't always hit the edges real hard. And you want to erase what is over your focal. You can use a soft brush, you can use a hard brush. If you're going to use a hard brush, you'd use it for these nice hard edges right here. I'm just going to use a soft brush. 1 pixel is always about right. It can be an extreme sometimes. You can turn it down, you can do 0.5 or however you'd want to go about doing this. Now if we zoom out to 100% here, she stands out a lot more than she did before. And let's take this layer away, put it back, take it away, put it back. Now she really stands out from the background. This is a beginner way to go about doing the focal. So let's delete this layer and let's talk about intermediate. Again, we're going to copy the layer. I just didn't use the duplicate layer button. I just used Control J on your keyboard will duplicate. Again, we're going to go to filter, blur, and we're going to do a Gaussian blur. Or well, I just hit blur. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm going to do a 0.5.